Sundown. My needle drops. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and we are going to do an album review. First, I need some tea. Got it. Now, I need some carrot. That is so gross. That is disgusting. Ugh. Before we start this review, I want to thank everybody that came out to the Blog TV last night. That was so heartwarming. Oh, y'all needle drops make me want to get up every morning and do this. An album review. This is the new Kings of Leon LP, Come Around Sundown. It's their 5th studio album. And, you know, I don't think Kings of Leon is a dime a dozen band, but their progression is kind of something that we've heard time and time again. Band releases raw, hungry first album, and then band continues to release LPs that get more and more and more accessible. But the story doesn't always go that way. Every once in a while you get a congratulations, you get an embryonic, to a lesser extent you get a Hurley. And I don't think we should necessarily automatically reject bands heading in a more accessible direction. If you're going to have that mindset, you're just going to at life. Okay, there are plenty of artists who have released albums that are more accessible than their past work, but have maintained their current fan base and opened their music up to a new ocean of ears. Animal Collective's an example, Deer Hunter's an example, and Waves has certainly cleaned up his act with that new record, King of the Beach. But Come Around Sundown is not some impulsive change in the direction of Kings of Leon. These guys have been heading in this direction for years, honestly. The wild-eyed references to hard rock and indie have slowly been kind of burning out for these guys, and I would argue on this album they are completely smothered. And these sounds have been replaced with a rock album that kind of sits comfortably beachside with a fruity, alcoholic, colorful drink underneath an umbrella next to a kind of beautiful woman. She's like someone you grew up with. She has that girl next door appeal. If you're looking for a soothing, calming rock album, then by all means, this should be where you should go. If that's your preference, then go for it. And I'm not going to sit here and fold my arms like a pretentious and act like there's nothing to like about this album, because there is. The opener, which is titled The End, that track really just gets to me. Fantastic opening to the album, a lot of lyrics that reflect upon what I think addiction, great hook, shimmering production, and a nice bass groove as well. And on a lot of tracks, one of them being The Face, the band's frontman Caleb just lays a really, really great vocal delivery on that thing. I have a feeling that no matter how this band changes or alters their sound, that voice is going to always be what makes the magic happen. Really passionate, really attention-grabbing. But what's sad is that everything that made these guys exciting or interesting or just stand out from every other band out there has just kind of been dulled down. When these guys used to play southern rock on their albums, it used to sound really hard and rootsy, but here they're playing something that sounds so much more fitting for CMT when they're going in that country mode. Overall, the album has some very shimmering production, like U2, for example, and totally takes a lot of songwriting cues from the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Those are great influences to have, but here Kings of Leon do not have a quarter of the guts that those artists did in their prime. This album really kind of listens like a Prius, and that's cool. Some people like driving Priuses, but please get me behind the wheel of a GTO or a hovercraft. I just wish it was more eccentric. I wish it was weirder. It's not a bad thing that this album lacks that, but if it's going to appeal to me, it's just going to need just a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Which leads me to believe that Kings of Leon did not write this album for me, or anyone who has musical tastes that align anywhere close to mine. So, though I can see the appeal here, it is really well produced. Like I said earlier, the vocal delivery is great. Some of the songwriting isn't bad. It's just too complacent and cool and calm to really get me all that excited or suck me in. So I'm kind of feeling like a decent to strong 4 on this thing. It's not offensively bad, it's just not my cup of tea. This is my cup of tea. But that's where I'm sitting on this thing. As you guys know, these videos are opinion, not a huge deal. But let me know what you're thinking about this album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? and why. Anthony Fantano, Kings of Leon, Come Around Sundown, forever.